Happy Saturday, everyone. My name is Kevin Tarr. I'm an iOS engineer, and I'm starting a new series called Algorithms in Swift. Today is day two, and we're going to be doing a new problem called the three different letter problem. This is a rather tricky problem. Well, it's not that tricky, but you'll see what I'm talking about. Let's get straight to it. So our problem says write a function that accepts two strings and returns true if they are identical in length, but have no more than three different letters. Take a case and string order into account. So the strings clamp and cramp will return true because there is one letter difference. Clamp, the R and the L are different. Clamp and grams will return true because there are three letters difference. There's the C, L, and the P. But something that would be false would be clamp and grams because there's only one letter that have a common A. All the other letters are false, and clamp and clam obviously wouldn't because they don't have the same length. So, or clamp and maple. So this is one of the problems. You heard me say it was tricky earlier. It's because this has sort of a mirage effect where it looks much trickier than what it actually is. And basically what we can do, well, my approach would be to this problem is first check the length of the two strings at the beginning of the problem to test for edge cases, because if the lengths are different, then we'll automatically know this is false. Doesn't qualify to be a true to qualify for the correct answer for this problem. And if they are identical in length, then put both strings into an array. Check the index of iterate through one string. Check the index of another string to see if it matches. Every time we get a mismatch, we count. We create a counter and count up to one, or count one every time we get a mismatch. And if we get more than three mismatches, or we get four mismatches, excuse me, then we automatically return out the function, and we know this is a false. This is false, and this doesn't qualify as two strings that actually are identical in length, but don't have no more than three letters. If we complete the entire for loop and don't exit out of the for loop, and we don't return false, that means we can return true because we didn't catch the string having more than three different letter error, or more than three different letter differences. So let's get started. So it can make more sense to you guys. Three differences. Counter this. All right. String one. Go set a Boolean value. Then we're gonna create array one equals array string one. So we're gonna put these two strings into an array, into separate arrays. Okay, and then we're going to do a fast enumeration, and that's the letter and array one. Got enumerated. It's fast enumeration, and then forgot to also create a counter. So we're gonna have a counter of differences, and then basically what we're gonna do is just count the differences. So array 2, if array 2 index is not equal to letter, I think we do letter, then we add 1 to differences. And then we check the differences as soon as we get here, so we can exit early out of our function. We don't want to spend too much time doing this if we're already have more than 3 differences. So if this is greater than 3, then we return false. And then at the bottom of this, if we get through our entire for loop and we didn't return false, That means we then find more than three differences between two strings, and we return true. Oh, also, before I forget, we need to check. We need to be very responsible here and check if the strings are identical in length. So string.count equals string 2.count as return return. Okay, I think that's it. Okay, so we just make as return false. Sorry, as return false. Okay, so that compiles. Okay, well, no. Okay, so and for those of you that aren't familiar with the guard statement, the guard statement is basically protecting the function from doing excessive work. So basically, you can think of this statement right here, the string 1 count, string 2 count, as a Boolean statement or if statement. It asks if they're equal. If they are, if this statement is false, it automatically returns false. If it's true, then it's giving the function permission to continue doing all this work. Okay, so we don't want to do any more work. We want to exit the function immediately if the lengths are not identical, because that means that this doesn't qualify to even be true. So it's just a protective measurement to not do excessive work, which is why it's called guard. All right, so 3 differences. Let's take a valid example of this. Let's see if we have a valid solution. Clamp and crams. If you do this correctly, you should return true. Let's see. Compiler. Yep, true. All right, so let's take a bad example. Let's take clamp and maple. We already have clamp here, but the maple, the latter case is considered in this. If you return false, false, yep. I don't know why my compiler's going so slow today. All right, so let's do grands and clamp. This should return false as well. And then we're going to do one more with different string lengths. Return false. And then let's just do one more to see, do like stress test this to see if it's actually valid. Let's do grams. This should return true. Yep, there we go. So this works. So this is the 3 differences problem. This would be, in big O context, this would be order n, since if we assume worst case scenario, you have to go through the entire array. And depending upon how long the string is, it could be, a lot of stress on the computer. This is only 5 characters, so you're not, you have to do an extraordinary amount of work in order for it to be noticeable. But with big O context, it would be order n. Thanks, guys. Happy Saturday.